So we're starting this test route just near the test center right now. As we go at the end of that road, the learner is going to start to turn right. Just going to make a right-hand turn. So we're just going to check the mirror, give a right signal there, and we're just going to stop behind the white line. There is a car coming from the top, as you can see. There's a car on the right, so the learner is still waiting for that car, but he has made the decision to go because the car actually slowed down, so that was okay. As we go along into this road, there's parked cars on the left, so we're just going to anticipate as much as we can as we're driving on this road. Anybody could just be coming out from that road, could be pedestrians or anything like that. We're just approaching at the junction. Again, the learner has stopped over here, which is good, and checking his right, left, making sure it's all good, and made a left turn there. This road, we're just going to go straight on, and there's a junction just coming up, and the learner is going to stop here. Let's just see if he's going to do that or not. And the learner is again looking right and left. There's a pedestrian up there. He is looking at that pedestrian. As we go along, I told the learner just to go at the end of the road. We're going to make a right turn. So at this particular moment, we are anticipating if there's anybody coming from the right and left. It could be any pedestrians. So about here, we're just going to check our right mirror. We're going to give the right signal, and then the learner is going to stop here. If you look at this positioning over here now, this is where the learner has actually stepped over the white line. So this could be a serious fault, because if there's anybody coming from the right or from the left, it could be a serious fault, because if you all cross over the giveaway lines, it could be something coming up from the right or coming from the left, and that could result in a serious fault. Now moving on from here, just going to go straight from the traffic light. There's a junction on the right. As we're driving, we should always look on the junctions on the right and left and anticipate if anybody could come from there, even if it's empty. Just gonna carry on going straight. There's an ambulance coming up. Let's see what the learner does here. So yes, absolutely well done on that. Driving on this road, a lot of parked cars on right and left. Just do as much as anticipation as you can, because the more you anticipate, the more you will be able to handle the situation. As you can see, the learner has actually dealt with that situation very good, because he was actually giving other people space, and he was getting space for himself as well. This is Farley Hill, and this route which we are doing, it's gonna go towards Caddington. So this is where this learner is going to be driving. Van parked on the left, junction on the right. This is where he made the right turn. This whole area speed limit is 20. How we can tell it's 20, because you can see traffic calming measures on the road, which is speed bumps. That's a very big sign for 20. Learner is making a right turn here. Parked cars on the right, parked cars on the left. Junction on the right, junction on the left. There's a car whose headlight is just turned on. He might just pull over. At the end of the road, I would be telling learner just to turn right. So this is where we're just going to check our right mirror, right signal. As you can see, there's lots and lots of parked cars on right and left. So that would be a very, very tough spot for this learner to make a right turn. And whenever you see these tight junctions like that, make sure you always peep and creep or crawl forward while you're crawling, making sure you continuously looking right and left, because this is where the cars can come out from either on the right or left, or anybody could just come out of nowhere. So you got to be really, really careful. The end of the road, we're going to make a left turn. So this is where we'll be checking the left mirror, giving the left signal here, and we're just going to stop behind the white line. Let's see if we stop behind the white line now, which is good. That's fine. This is where we're going to chuck right and left, and then we're just going to make a left turn from here. It's the same road where I actually told the learner to make to go back on that road and deal with some meeting situations here to see if he could do it right. Because as far as I can remember, I think I did tell him that you were a bit too close to the parked cars on the left. So let's just try that again. So this is where we're going to be going down in the same road, and as you can see, he's keeping now quite a bit of a distance from the parked cars. There is a car coming towards him. Let's see what he does now. Yeah, it was okay. He's going to make a right turn here. We're going to check our right mirror, right signal, and then he's just made a right turn over here. This is Stockwood Crescent. Again, this road is a very tight road, but also this is a one-way road. This is where a lot of people get confused, and this is where at the end of the road your examiner normally tell you to turn right, and a lot of people just take a left-hand lane to make a right turn, when actually, because it's a one-way road, you can see clearly there's signs on the road telling you where to make a right turn from, so you have to be in the right lane. Okay, stop to right, looking right and left, just making sure it's all good to go. This is London Road. Again, we're anticipating if there's anybody could be coming out of the bend. Yes, there's a vehicle coming up as a recovery vehicle. There's a vehicle coming up towards us, and parked vehicles on the left. As you're driving, making sure, always make sure you talk about every single thing which you can see. There's a car waiting to turn left, junction on the left, looking far ahead, making sure that your view is all, as you can see, as far back as you can see. Make sure if there's any junction on the right and left, you always talk about it, even if it's empty. Always say there's a junction on the left or junction on the right. Your mind is active, and your mind will stay active. Pedestrians on the left, there's a traffic light coming up. As far as I can see, that's the only way my observation is going to get better. Pedestrian crossing the road. So when you approach at the end of this road, we just need to make sure that we are keeping into the right lane. And there is a roundabout which will be coming now, so that roundabout has only got 2 exits. The first exit is straight, the second exit is on the right, so we want to be in the right lane to take that second exit, which sometimes could be confusing for a lot of learners. So we'll be in the right hand lane. We're popping the right signal, the right mirror check and right signal, and then just going to be going out, making sure the right is all clear. And this is where we just going in the right hand lane as we are just about to cross the first exit, which is straight on. Just going to check a center and left mirror. Then I'm going to pop the left signal here. We're just going to go into the outside lane now. That's how you deal with this particular roundabout, which is very, very important. And a lot of learners just normally get confused, and in order to go into the right, to the second exit right, they always stay in the left hand lane, and that's could result in serious fault because of the lane discipline. As you go straight down on this road, make sure you are checking your speed because it's a downhill. As you go up to the next roundabout, you will be going straight from that roundabout. Now on that roundabout there will be about 3 lanes, so what you need to do is you need to pick the middle lane, which is the most important lane, which is the one which is going to take you straight. That's the most appropriate lane, obviously. So you pick the middle lane, which you can see as this learner is taking that middle lane, just checking his right for the gap, and now he's taking that gap. As soon as he enters the roundabout, he's moving towards the outside lane. He's checking his center and left mirror, pop the left signal, and move it to the outside lane. As you're moving towards this exit, make sure you check your right mirror because there's an overtaking lane on the right, sorry. So speed limit over here is 40. Just make sure you increase the speed accordingly. Give it a bit of a progress on the speed. Constructions over here, the junction on the right, the turning on the right is closed. That road is closed, and it's been closed for a while. And as you can see far ahead, I can see 40 signs. There's a national speed limit sign I can see, which means the speed limit is going to be 60 for a single carriageway. As you can see, there's a double white solid line, which means you're not supposed to cross or straddle, and you have to show a bit of progress on the speed on this road. And as you go for about good 600, 700, 800 yards, you will see a slow sign, and there will be a turning coming up on the right towards Half Moon Lane. This is where you have to check your right mirror, right signal. As soon as you see this sign on the left, pop the right signal, center and right mirror check, give the right signal, and leave this first turning, and then go towards the second box, which is just here. And then you go into this box and you make a right turn. You slow your speed down, look ahead, and if it's safe to do so, you make a right turn. The box behind this box has got double white solid line, which means you're not supposed to enter that box. Now this is the bit you have to be really, really careful. It's a very tight spot where a lot of students fail because there's not a lot of room on the left. There's a tight road, and if anybody's coming towards you, you have to be really, really careful. As you go up on the hill, this road is a hill. As you go up on the hill, as you can see, the road is slightly opening up now, so it's going to go open, and then in the end it's going to go wide open. So as you're going up on the hill, you need to progress on the speed. So when you enter into the road, stay about 20 mile an hour, 15 mile an hour is a good speed to control. And as you go up on the hill, then you need to pick up the speed, go up to about 40, 45, and as you can see, it's a wide road open here. As you can see, it's a wide open road here. This is where you need to hit at least as much as you can, 45, 50, whatever you think it's good to control according to the road conditions and according to the weather. So yeah, about this kind of weather, 40, 45, 50 if you want, and you just carry on progressing onto this road. This is the M1 motorway bridge, and then as soon as you pass this bridge, there's a bend there just coming up right at the end, and this is where you're going to reduce the speed and speed limit changing down to 40. So far this learner hasn't made any serious fault, which obviously we should be worried about. So at this particular moment, So far this learner has made one serious fault, which was on that junction earlier on, where he crossed the line. Now he's entering into the village, which is slip end, as you can see on the left hand side. Speed limit is 30. So as I'm talking on this road, there's a speed bump slow sign there, which means it could be anything there. So in that case, it's a speed bump just coming up, and just going to be careful here. Park cars on the right. Because of the cars, oncoming cars, your speed need to be well under control, because as you can see there's a curb on the left and you have to be well under control with your speed as you go down to this road. Far ahead there's a traffic light. We're just going to go straight from there. Look at this picture now. The learner has actually went into the puddle and the speed was really fast, and if you look at the splash over here, it's like literally he's showering the red car. The red car is about to have a shower here. But it is a serious fault. Reason why is because it's considered as aggressive or inconsiderate behavior. It also shows your carelessness, that you saw the puddle but you did not slow down to actually handle the situation. There is a car coming up from the top, but obviously he must be thinking that if he would have avoided the puddle, then he would have went head to head to that car. But what can we do in that situation now? We have to think. Well, there are two options. Either we stop the car behind the puddle if it's too deep and let the oncoming car go, and the other option is just to go through the puddle slowly, so you don't, or you're not giving a shower to this red car on the left. So we have to be really careful, which is a big serious fault over here, which could result a fail in the test. So moving on forwards, we're going to go towards the traffic light. We're just going to go straight over the traffic light. Again, you just make sure you just check your right and left, making sure nobody's coming from the right and left. Or as we go, carry on going straight. We can see there's water on the road, but it's not a big puddle, which you have to be overly worried about. So the learner is driving okay on this road. You've got priority signs, road narrowing, so the oncoming car is waiting for us. So it's dealing with the situation over here, okay. At the end of the road, we're going to make a left turn. So we're just going to be checking the left mirror, giving the left signal, and we're going to stop at the end, or because it's an open junction, you don't have to stop if you look right and left, and if it's all good to go, then you don't have to stop and you can just carry on going. But the learner has decided to stop, making sure he's okay, and make the left turn. You complete the turn, check your center and right mirror, get the update from behind or beside. Speed limit is changing to 50. There's an oncoming car. Let's go. This is Woodside Road, and we are going into the village called Woodside. As soon as you enter into the village, there's a speed bump there. It's a local knowledge, obviously, if you want to get the benefit out from. As soon as you enter, there's a speed bump there. Speed limit is to 30 here, so you want to slow down here. You could be having a bit of a mean situation here. The road is bending towards the left, and often there are parked cars on the right, which could create a meeting situation, which you have to watch out. So as you can see, the road is bending towards the left. You can anticipate it could be anything coming out towards you. There is parked cars on the right. So far nobody's coming. Looking at far ahead, and now we're going to make a right turn. This is where you're going to give the right mirror, check the right center and right mirror, right signal, then we're going to make a right turn here. This is Manor Road, which leads towards Caddington. As we move in towards Caddington, And this road can be tricky because it's very narrow, and the speed limit is changing international speed limit. When you're driving on this road, make sure your speed is well under control. The condition of the road is not that great. It's a very narrow road, single file road. You could be expecting horses, you could be expecting pedestrians on the road, you could be pedestrian oncoming cars, which can create a problem for you. If the road is empty, it's alright, but this road, as you can see, the condition of the road is not that great. And particularly when you enter into this bit of the road where, as you can see, the learner is still splashing the water. There is a cyclist coming up. The learner has decided to overtake him, and he's reducing the speed. Nobody's coming so far. He's overtaking him. Yeah, the overtake was alright. Now you enter into Caddington. The road is getting a bit narrow, going uphill, with restrictions there. So this is where you have to check your center and right mirror. And when you enter into Caddington, just be aware of any oncoming cars, because Caddington is full of mean situations. You've got lots and lots of parked cars on the left, which can create a problem. This is where the learner has stopped and has let them go, which is good. Few parked cars on the left. There's a bend up ahead. So it's quite a big road, but it's got bends. It's got parked cars on the right and left. Sorry, there are parked cars on the right and the left, and again the learner has given way to people, and as you can see, there's lots and lots of meeting situations here, which you have to watch out for. So, park car on the left. Again, it can cause a mean situation. There's another park car on the left. The learner is giving way to the oncoming car. This is where you check your center and right mirror. Again, there's a park car over there. Checking the center and right mirror. Going to pass the pedestrian crossing, and we're just gonna go right at the end. Gonna check our center and right mirror, giving the right signal, and we're just going to stop behind the white line. Going straight from the roundabout, just make sure you check your right of any oncoming cars. There's a bend sign there, so we're just going to move in a little bit towards the left hand side to get a better view. And there's another bend coming up, so we're just going to position ourselves to the right side, which is close to the double white lines, just to get a better view. And because this is national speed limit road, this is where you need to increase the speed a little bit, because it's an open road. quite a wide road. That's going to lead us to Luton. So far it's not a bad drive. I mean, it's just this learner has only made one service fault, which obviously was a big one, because he did not care about that puddle at all. If he would have saved that puddle, then result would have been a pass, obviously. Far ahead, the speed limit is changing to 40, and then it would be just a left-hand bend coming up, which obviously you're going to have to slow down a little bit, but it's a wide bend, so you don't have to slow down too much. Just carry on going. Pedestrian on the left, petrol station, car just pulled out. Speed limit change down to 30. There's a camera sign there. So as I'm going into the busy area, I'm talking about as many possible things as I can. Parked cars on the right. There's a parked car on the left. Don't know if it's trying to move out. Nope. But it's a... That's the end of the video. If you have any comment, just leave a comment in the comment section. There will be more videos coming. Until then, take care. Goodbye.